when I started writing music, it was, let's just start from the beginning.
Yes,
right?
please. Let's go. Let's get to know you.
So I'm very introverted
Okay.
by nature. And I think like just being an artist has helped me step out of that space. But when I started writing, it was for the purpose of sharing without speaking to people. Yeah, so a lot of my music was meant to be therapeutic for me.
Okay.
So kidogo kidogo, of course, I found that confidence to now start sharing things and, you know, writing different stories, you know, because in the beginning it was all very vulnerable stories, you know, things that I didn't feel comfortable to speak about to other people.
Right.
Yeah, so I started getting comments like, you don't know the story, but it just feels like a breath of fresh air. Like,
Right.
if you're having a bad day, like you just hear Njerae's song and you just feel, okay, it's not too bad. Like we can keep pushing, you know.
Right.
So yeah, I feel like that's where I'd put my music at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Before being on those Spotify billboards, UMZ deals, all these big things, who was Njerae as a kid growing up in Mombasa? I'm also very interested just how you grew up and at what point music touched your life or touched you.
Njerae was a tomboy.
Walai.
Easy tanavoho sijui. Njerae was a tomboy. Mbaya. Like 90% of the scars on my body are from like either riding a bike too carelessly and falling down, or playing football and like, or like just being careless and like hitting a tap, you know, like those stupid things like that. But yeah. I started doing music when I was like 3 years old, but it wasn't really a thing for me at the time. I did music, like I was learning like sheet music and sight reading and all these my notes and all these things and this ABRSM, if you know, you know, exams. Yeah, and I did that, went into doing music festival for majority of my childhood, all the way up to when I joined high school. And then I took a break from that because high school can be, you know, very demanding and whatnot. But when I stopped doing this, like what I'd like to call ruled music, that's where I kind of found that free space in music. Like for a long time, I didn't know music could just be fun, you know, like I can just stand somewhere and just sing la 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 la, and it's, you know, cool vibes, you know, because music was very serious growing up. I had a music teacher who would tell me, feet flat on the floor, back straight on the chair. Like you had to sit like this the entire time. So I used to sit like this a lot, and people would wonder, hey, you're so tense, like calm down. But that's because it was very much instilled in me. So yeah, in high school I stopped doing music festival and I started learning about songwriting. And it was around the same time Kina Sauti Solo coming up. Fee had just like gotten into Sauti Academy and she was making waves everywhere. And I had started playing guitar and it wasn't making sense to me how, okay, I'm a girl, I want to get on stage, but I need to look cute. How am I going to look cute carrying a guitar, you know? I wasn't seeing enough women playing guitar on stage and being in the spotlight. So Fee made a lot of sense for me at the time because she was someone who was very loud with her guitar playing on stages, and she wasn't like, it didn't feel like the instrument was covering her, you know? So yeah, so I got into songwriting and stepped away from music festival and all that whole side of music. Yeah, then I learned about Sauti Academy, and after high school I joined Sauti Academy. And I think that's when I'd say now Njerae was born. Yeah.
Do you remember the specific moment you got paid for your music? Like you were, I don't know whether it was a performance and you actually made money from it. How much was it?
Hey, even back in the day when I was in high school, I still used to get paid for music, to be honest. Because Kwanzaa, the holiday time, that was, nilikuwa na life. I was part of a group that used to do like these Christmas carols. You know, kitambo, I don't think it's a thing anymore, but kitambo, like at the hotels, there's like this squad of people, a cappella guys who are just singing, "Take the whole I was those guys. I was those guys, yeah. So when I was in high school now, so that was the thing that I was doing like during holiday breaks, you know, because I didn't do 844 in high school, so my holiday was a lot more free time than homework and school time. So I would spend a lot of time doing, you know, like now such kind of things, singing at hotels. We would even like at State House or these like, you know, my government things. Like, yeah, I wouldn't say I remember how much I used to make.
Yeah, of course.
Because I wasn't, my mother was, I would say, management at the time.
I was about to ask you, like, in your family, your parents, who was the more musical one? Like,
my mother cannot sing to save her life. Gun to her head, she'll die. Yeah, so music comes from my dad's side.
Okay.
Yeah, my shosho was in like the choir growing up in church. And then that trickled down to like now the children, which trickled down to now her grandchildren. So yeah, so music is something that's been a part of my family from kitambo. I wouldn't say like now commercial music, but music